Multiplying polynomials. If you look, most of them are binomials, meaning there's two terms inside. So here we have x minus 6 and then x plus 5. So that's two terms, that's why it's binomial. So we're going to be multiplying binomials, but since there's variables, what do we do when we multiply variables? What do we do with the exponents? So make a little note here that we know we're going to be adding their exponents. Okay? Alright, so we're going to do number 1. Let me introduce you to FOIL method. F-O-I-L stands for first, outer, inner, and last. Meaning, if I'm looking at these two sets of parentheses, I first start by multiplying whatever's first in both parentheses, which is x times x. X times x is x. Very good. X squared, or x to the second power, or yeah. Then outer means that I look at the parentheses and I multiply the ones that are on outside of both sets. So this is on the outside, this is on the outside. X times 4, 4x. And since it's positive, you have to put a plus 4. Then we move on to the inner. These two are both inside, right? Inside, because these two would be outer. So these are inner. 3 times x. 3x, and it's positive, so put plus 3x. And then last would be the last number on both sets of parentheses. 3 times 4 is 12, and it's a positive 12, so you put plus 12. Almost always in the middle, these two are going to be like terms, so they will combine. Not the first one and not the last one, but just the middle two terms. 3 plus 4, 7, and don't forget the x. That is our answer. Okay. Questions? Let's jump to, let's do number 5. 3x times 2x will give us? No, 3, there you go. 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared, or to the second power. Then we do 3x times negative 7, which is negative 21x, right? 3 times negative 7 is negative 21, and since it has an x, you bring it along. Then we do negative 1 times 2x. Negative 2x, that is correct. And then the last one here, negative 1 times negative 7. Positive 7. Careful with those signs. Again, the middle two terms will combine, but not the first one because it has an x squared, and not the last one because it's just a regular number without a variable. And there's no other regular number. So these two will combine to give me negative 23x. Don't forget the x. Remember, same signs add and keep, different signs subtract. Keep the sign of the larger one, and that'll be exact. Questions? Okay. Number 7, it's a little different, and you'll see why right now. We still do the same steps. X times x. X to the second power, or x squared. X times 2, 2x, positive, so put plus 2. Then negative 2 times x, negative 2x, and then negative 2 times 2, negative 4. Yeah, sorry, just negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. Again, the first one has no other x squared in here, so it doesn't combine, and there's no other regular number without a variable, so just bringing that down. The middle two terms will combine to give me what? 0. Now I'm not going to put 0x, so our answer is just x squared minus 4. Don't put 0x. 2 apples minus 2 apples, no more apples, so we just have x squared minus 4. Okay? Number 8. Number 8 is a binomial being raised to the second power. then when you have a binomial raised to the second power, you're going to multiply times itself twice, because that's what it means to raise it to the second power. Please do not confuse it with what we did the other day when we were multiplying variables inside and outside parentheses. So this is what it looked like before when we had an exponent outside. And we only have a monomial inside, meaning one term. So that's when we multiply variable exponents with exponents, excuse me. But not here, because this is a binomial, meaning both of these are separated by a plus or a minus. Okay, so this is going to be a little different. So just don't confuse those when we get to a quiz. X times x, x squared. X times 4 plus 4x, very good. 4 times x plus 4x again, and then 4 times 4 plus 16, because it's positive, right? Middle terms will combine, so our answer is very good. All right, number 9, you have a binomial times a trinomial. So this is what you're going to do. I call it the rainbow method, but it's pretty much the same thing. You're going to multiply the first term times the first term in the next set. X to the 1 times x to the 2 is going to be x to the, very good, to the 3, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Then x times negative 5x is going to give me negative 5x squared, very good. Then x times positive 6, just positive 6x, so plus 6x. Then we move on to the 2 now. 2 times x squared plus 2x squared, since it's positive, put a plus. Then we move on to 2 times negative 5x, negative 10x, and then 2 times 6, positive 12, and I think I ran out of room there. Okay. Again, the first term will actually not combine with anything because it's to the third power. And then the last number, 12, there's no other regular number, so just bring it down, plus 12. But is there another number with an x squared? Yes. Yes, which one? The 2. What's negative 5 plus 2 or 2 minus 5? So this is negative 3x squared. So if you want to cross it out, and we know we already used it. Oops, not that one, this one. And then we have 6x and then negative 10x. Those are like terms. And what's, very good, negative 4x. This is our answer. Alright, next one. It's a word problem. They're asking for the area. What's the equation for area? Length times width. Ew, that looks funny. So my length is x plus 2, a binomial, so it's in parentheses. And the width is x plus 10. And we know we have to multiply it because it's length times width. So x times x, x squared. X times 10, very good, no, just 10x, right? Positive 10x, so put plus 10x. 2 times x, positive 2x, so put plus 2x, and then 2 times 10, plus 20. So again, the first one and the last one stay the same, only the middle two are like terms. So my answer is x squared plus 12x plus 20. Questions? All right, number 11. It says the length of a square board is 2x minus 3. Find the area of the board. Doesn't matter if it's a square or a rectangle, it's still length times width. So if my length is 2x minus 3, what is going to be the width? If it's a square, 2x minus 3. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared, don't forget that. 2x times negative 3, negative 6x. Negative 3 times 2x, negative 6x, and then negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. Careful with those negatives. Okay, the first one stays the same because there's no other x squared. The last one stays the same, so plus 9. But these two middle terms will give me negative 12x. Questions? Okay. Last one here, they're making it more difficult by not giving you the algebraic term for the dimensions, so you have to write your own. It says the length of a rectangle is, so length, keyword is our equal sign, 5 less than. Less than means what? We're gonna subtract. But remember, less than is one of those special words that whatever's in front of it goes to the back, so it's gonna be minus 5, and whatever's behind it goes to the front. 3 times the width, so 3w. So that's one of our dimensions. Because it's asking for perimeter, it's actually easier if you draw a picture. You can use the equation for perimeter if you want, 2L plus 2W, but I'm going to show you why it's a little easier to just draw your picture and label it. So this is my picture. The length is 3W minus 5. What would be this side? 3W minus 5. Does it tell us anything about the width? No. So the width is just the width. So put W, W. How do we find perimeter? Well, we could use the equation, or we could just do what? Add all the sides. So this, in this case, it means combine like terms. So we have 1W plus 1W plus 3W plus 3W. How many W's is that? 8W. And then this is still part of our dimensions. Minus 5 and minus 5 gives me negative 10. This is our perimeter. You could have just done that. I think this is easier. Or you could have done the equation. Perimeter equals 12 plus 2W. All right, real quick, I'm going to show you how to check your answer in the calculator. Please open a graph page in your calculator. All right, so we're opening a graph, and let's go ahead and type in number 1. So that was open parentheses x, and then what was it? Because I don't have it. Plus 3, close parentheses. Open parentheses, and what?
X plus 4, close parentheses.
Okay. X plus 4, and then close parentheses. No, it's a, wasn't it x plus 6 and x plus 4?
That was x plus 3 and x plus 4.
We're doing number 1, right? Okay, so it is x plus, whoa, guys, we're definitely not, that's not, there's not a plus 6. It's x plus 3, parentheses, close parentheses, then x plus 4 in parentheses. Yeah, I don't know how to edit. Okay. There's no 2 there. Which one are you doing? Kaylee, tell me which one are you doing, because I have no idea what you're doing. Number 3? No, we need to do one that we already know the answer to, because we're checking it. So x plus 3 and x plus 4 in parentheses. There you go. Hit enter. All right, so you graph it. And then if you have answer choices, you would hit tab and plug in your answer choices. In this case, we only have our answer. So hit tab, Kaylee. And then we plug in our answer. Answer is x squared plus 7x plus 12. Yes. Okay, enter. How do we know that this is correct? It's right on top of it, so this is the correct answer. All right, so that's how you can check yourself before you turn in your paper.